So I got this great question from one of my clients, but also a good friend. And he asked me this great question, and I've been thinking about this for the last 24 hours. He asked me if I could represent any professional athlete, who would I represent? So that got me thinking over the last 24 hours. My mind's going bananas over this with obviously excitement and joy. So the first person always, comes first is always Tom Brady. How can you not? Tom Brady, I followed him pretty closely the last 20 years. I'm obsessed with Tom Brady. However, I know that his past real estate transactions, and he's done quite well, that he's not involved in a transaction at all. So if I was to hire Tom Brady, Mr. Brady, we would have to add some contingencies into the contract, that you would have to be involved. I could be your little puppy for 30, 45 days. I would follow you around. Hell, I would even take 1 day. So that would be my contingency with Tom Brady if we were to work together. The second person that came to mind is obviously David Ortiz, Big Poppy Power. The Red Sox didn't make the World Series, so I can't go with Ortiz. I'm sorry, Ortiz, but you're fired. The next in line can always Michael Jordan. How can you go wrong with Michael Jordan? But I was never really a big basketball fan or big Jordan fan. Sorry. Then there's always Messi or Ronaldo. I can capitalize on all their followers and be Instagram or YouTube famous. But I think that's a little fake, so that doesn't really interest me too much. But it would be pretty cool to represent Messi and Ronaldo. So I am open to that if you guys are listening. The next is obviously you can never go wrong with the great one, Wayne Gretzky, because, he's probably one of the greatest, most dominating athlete in all of sports of what he did, and probably be pretty cool to hang out with Dustin Johnson and Paulina Gretzky at our closing party. But the person that I would definitely hire and represent brings back childhood memories. When I was 6 years old, my son's age, Carter, and I went to a minor league baseball in New Britain, the New Britain Red Sox game, and my dad told me to watch closely to this pitcher and to follow him for the rest of my life. And I was obsessed with this pitcher. I followed him from the New Britain Red Sox all the way up to the Red Sox and all his other teams. So that pitcher is obviously the Rocket, Roger Clemens. So, Roger Clemens, if you are listening, and hopefully you are, I would love to represent you on either a buy or a sale real estate transaction. And also, I'm picking you over Tom Brady, Ortiz, Michael Jordan, Messi, Ronaldo, and the great one, Roger. So, keep that in mind. You are hired, and that's a great question because it had me thinking for the last 24 hours. But if it was anyone, it would bring back my childhood hero, back to when my dad introduced me to Roger Clemens. Great question. Keep them coming. Have a great Saturday, everyone.